Okay. All right. Well, it's beautiful to have you here. Let's take your comfortable seat, whatever that is, cross-legged, Virasana, legs out, on a chair, lying down, whatever helps you to just release and invite yourself into this place we call home. So just taking a few moments, close your eyes, feel your breath, feel into the outer energies surrounding you. The comfort of being in your sacred space that you have created in your home. And see if you can grow a little taller in your seat. And then you keep that growing, that lengthening, and as you exhale, you let something soften, the shoulders, the jaw, the eyes. Notice the quality of your breath. Is it shallow? Is it ragged or jagged? Is it smooth? Does it feel restricted? Maybe expansive? And just noticing, don't have to do anything to change anything. That's what the practice is for. So take one more inhale, and as you exhale, join your palms together in front of your heart space and bow your chin as you welcome all parts of yourself right here at this moment. You fill yourself with your own loving energy, with your compassion. Anything you have done when you were younger that maybe makes you go, oh, I can't believe I did that. You just compassionately be like, it's all a learning process. It's okay. Good. And into that, we'll chant Om together 3 times. Take a nice full inhale, lengthen. Exhale this breath completely. We'll inhale fully to begin. Bowing your chin, release your hands to your thighs and lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, good. Let's give the fingers a little moving, the feet a little moving. All right. Okay, I have all these props here, and so now I'm actually just gonna move. Actually, you know what? This is what I was doing before class. We're gonna go to downward dog. I did have my bolster against the wall, and then I put my heels on the bolster. If you don't have a wall space, don't even worry about it. Or maybe you put your bolster at the end of your mat. And then when you come to your hands and your knees, we're just gonna go just for a few moments. You spread your fingers, tuck your toes under, lift up. Maybe the heels press into the bolster, maybe not. And so, okay, if I'm just rocking through the feet, like pressing the heels down, and because they're on the bolster, maybe the toes come off the floor, and then lifting the heels, just whatever feels good. You can bend and straighten your knees a few times, rock front to back, just be in this place. Good. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to settle in for a moment. So I'm really going to anchor from the shoulder blades through the arms to the hands, and then let your head go if you can. Press the thighs back, lift your hips a little bit, your tush a little bit, and then just move your head as if you're saying no a few times in the space. Bring your shoulders away from your ears so you have space for the neck. Just turning your head. Okay. And then we'll release down. You could sit or we could take child's pose. I'm just going to tuck my little toes underneath this bolster here. And the arms can be out. They can be tucked under your, you can have your hands underneath your forehead. And just breathe here. This compressed place. And as we do, just take a few moments here to just scan and notice where you're feeling anything. One more full breath in. Side out. Good. Let's come up to hands and knees. And you could have a blanket underneath your knees if you like that. And we'll just move through a few cat-cows. So with the toes tucked under, press your hands into the floor, let the back rise, and then release that into cow pose. Moving with your breath. Yes. Good. Just letting whatever's happening here, let it unfold. Let's put the tops of the feet on the floor if you have the toes tucked under. Just for a few moments. Good. Do one last one. Oh, good. Okay, and then come to neutral. I'm going to tuck the toes under and start to take the hips back. And you could keep yourself low to the ground. You know I'm going to come up to sitting. So you just take your time. Just going to open the feet this way. I'm going to rotate the wrists a little bit. And I'll even flow the arms out to the sides a little bit as I move the wrists. If you're sitting, if you have your hands on the floor, beautiful. Just breathe. One more moment here. Good. Okay. Give them a little shake. All right, we're gonna come onto our backs. I'm gonna do one last downward dog. I'm gonna do a forearm dog this time. So if it's no good for you, you decide. You're gonna walk the hands forward, turn the inner elbows to face outwards, and then lower your forearms to the floor. And then you bring your elbows in a little bit, even though it feels like, blah. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers. That baby pinky that's on the bottom, tuck it in. And now with your elbows, maybe they might be underneath your shoulders-ish. I'm just going to ground the forearms into the floor and press outwards. Take your belly in, lift your heart, release your head, tuck your toes under, inhale. And as you exhale, press the forearms down into the earth, lift your knees up, lift your tush, let your head drop and really hang here. So you push the forearms down so the head's not on the floor. Maybe just right above it. So just find your place. If you want to rock front to back, that's fine. Otherwise, one more breath here, big shoulder work. And then lower all the way down. Come back to rest into child's pose. You might take the blanket out if it's a hindrance, or walk yourself forward. I'm actually going to use the blanket. So it's underneath my half shin to the knee. And then the hips will go a little bit lower towards the heels. Okay, so whatever works for you, arms stretched out or support your head. Take one more moment. Good, okay. And then we're going to come up to sit. This time I'm going to sit on the tops of the feet. Yogi's choice, whatever works. And turn the palms up. If you can feel like the anchor of your kite, the base of your spine is just dropping to the floor to ground you. Take one more moment. Good. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take, we're going to set up, this is what we're going to do. You're going to have 2 blankets. Then you'll take one blanket and we'll open it up to this nice little body length. Okay. So I have the seam side. I'm going to keep that towards me and just send the other side away. And then I'll use my hands to just smooth it out. Okay, so here's where we're going to be all at different places. I'm going to roll from the bottom and I'll leave some little space at the top. Okay, and that's where the head is going to go. The shoulders are going to go here. And then you can always adjust this blanket roll to be less or more if you need that. The second blanket is, it's It's going to be optional, but let's start with it. So I'll take this second blanket and I'm going to fold it for head support. So it's a nice little square. And I'll just kind of put it here. And I have a little bit of space now between the blanket roll and the head support, just a little bit. Okay. All right. And then once you have that, so my bolster is still here. I'm going to keep it there because I feel like it could come in handy. All right, then we'll come down like we do. So you bring the shoulder blades, you know how we kind of support the head. Feet are bent. You're gonna lift the hips and just slide over. And there's that blanket roll, because the blanket head support is hitting me nicely. The arms have a little bit of space to between the two blanket supports. And then you'll move your hips, you know, you find the place where you feel, oh, this is perfect for me. It's right underneath the shoulder blades, back of the heart, so you feel supported. Okay, but if it's too much, you know you can always bend your arms and bring them down. So you take the time. Oh, I should have said have your strap handy, but if you don't have it, I'll make sure that I figure out how to get you back up in a very beautiful way. Okay, just take a few moments here. So what you should be feeling, if you have your head supported, great. If you don't have your head supported, that's fine too. You just want to be sure you're on the back of your head and not, you know, crunching the back of your neck with the chin lifting. So the back of the neck feels very long and open with head support or without. Okay, and then just drop in here as much as you can. So, you know, we don't often think of a back body unless we have some discomfort or we're in yoga class. You don't really think about it. And just let the shoulders drop, the back of the heart supported. The tops of the shoulders, you know, are lower than the chest. If you're there. Okay, even let the belly melt. Okay, I still have my knees bent. If you have your legs stretched, maybe they're on your bolster or not, that's fine too. It's just find this like pseudo shavasana place. And just breathe here. Okay, so at the very beginning of class when we were sitting and I said, notice your breath. Is it ragged? Is it shallow? Is it smooth? Is it long? And you'll even notice here that the breath is starting to relax and to open as we release a little bit of tension. Okay. So rebending the knees. I'm going to heel toe the feet nice and wide. And the knees are going to come together. So do that for a moment. And then where you place your feet is pretty much your habit. So let's maybe take the feet forward slightly or back slightly. Just change the positioning. And notice how that changes in where the back is resting. Okay, you have to keep participating in the receiving of the props. Okay, so we're just going to change the arm slightly. I'm going to take the arm straight up to the sky and then cross the right arm over the left. As if you're giving yourself this hug, you can just let your arms maybe dangle. Maybe you hold the backs of your shoulder blades. You can reach that. And then just press the elbows into your chest a little bit. And as you do that, you might even feel like the shoulders come down. Maybe they broaden. So imagine from the back, you know, the shoulder blades are moving to the outer edges of your body. Good. Okay, so we have the right arm over the left. Unless you're opposite, I'm going to turn the head to the left. I'm just going to lift it up and turn it. Let the jaw go. You might even take the head back a little bit if your chin is very close to the left shoulder. One more breath. Okay, we're going to just bring the head first. So you actually pick it up, place it down, open your arms out to the side, just pause and feel, very subtle, these sometimes just feeling into the energetics of the actions. Okay, then we're going to change. So we'll take the arms up, left arm comes over the right. You find wherever your arms want to dangle or tuck in. And then we start to press these elbows in towards the chest. Feel the shoulders move away. And then see if you can broaden as if the shoulders are pressing towards your hands. And keep the breath nice and open. And then we're going to turn the head now to the right. Maybe you pick it up and turn it. So we're using these little neck muscles. And then you feel, is your chin tucking in? Can you maybe take your head back a little bit? Drop in and breathe. Let the breath stay nice and relaxed. Good. Okay, bring the head first. So we're using these little muscles. Head relaxes, open your arms, rest in your stillness. I'm going to change the position of the feet. So I'm going to bring them in a little closer towards the hips. They're still wide, knees are still together. If you stepped your feet in, take them out. Breathe. Okay, now we're going to separate the knees. You can adjust your foot position. I'm going to keep them where they are, and we're going to come to this windshield wiper. And I'm going nice and slow, because as I drop the knees to the right, there's something to experience. So experience. And then when you feel ready, you'll lift the knees up and gently roll to the second side. Okay, so we're just very much in tune to the subtle shift of balance in the body. The hip is lifting, the weight is shifting, almost like we're giving the back of the shoulder blades this little bit of a massage. Good. Okay. All right, then next time you roll over to the right, let's take the left arm and sweep it up and along over your head. We're going to come over to the right side. We're not coming up. I have lifted my head. Just, neck muscles, and then we'll open that left arm back out. You can take the head down, roll the knees over, and then just flow to the second side. And you might lift your head. Okay, just nice and gentle. Take your time. You want to reposition on your props every time you come back. Okay. Oh, isn't this lovely? All right, let's do one more on each side. So now I'm moving to the right. I'm going to end on the left side. And as we come onto the left side, maybe from here, you just press yourself up. We're just going to change these props a little bit here so you can grab your strap if you haven't. And so you have your strap nearby. Grab your blocks. We're going to keep this same little setup you have here. Okay. If you were using the blanket for the head, just move it forward a little bit. And now I'm going to roll this blanket up a little bit more. So I still have a little bit for the head. And even if you have shoulder stuff, you might want a little higher support. Okay, so I know this is new, and you know from your yoga, many years of yoga experience, that it takes time to kind of find these places. So, okay, the next thing I'm going to do is put the blocks on the blanket. They're angled, and they're about, spine distance apart. Okay, these you can watch me first, so you're like, okay, I know what I need to do. So maybe lower, higher, and then this blanket for the head might fold over more. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys what we're doing, and then you can decide how you want to do this. So I'm going to put the shoulder blades on these blocks. The head is hanging. Okay, so maybe I'll support it for a few moments. Okay, so once we're here, this feels really nice. Okay, I'm going to take the head, and I'm going to let it, like I'm pulling the chin in. And I know I can bring my head down and be okay, but that's not going to be for everybody. So you can even just pull the chin in. Maybe we'll start with just supporting the head with our little neck muscles. So we'll start here, and then we're gonna flow from there. And I'm just gonna talk you through the rest. Okay, so you can put the blanket roll, the blocks, and then if you know, oh, I have some neck stuff, I'm gonna need more support, you're just gonna fold that blanket, make more, and then you have your strap nearby, okay? So we come down, we're gonna take the shoulder blades on. Maybe you wanna hold your head. Maybe you're just gonna find this place where the chin is coming in, and I'm just supporting, the shoulders are supported, maybe the head is gonna come down. So you're just gonna take your time, find it. Know you can, be curious. So maybe you need to move up a little bit or move down. Just take your time. As I take the chin back, I'm really working the back muscles. But if I take the chin in, maybe it's less. So you kind of say, okay, I'm just gonna take 1 or 2 more breaths here. So my neck muscles are firing. Okay, and then yogi's choice, you can either just rest the head back, or if you need to come up, take the hands down and just press yourself up for a moment. And just take a moment if you need it. Otherwise, be here. Okay, so maybe you've just lifted your head or you're sitting up. Find your strap and make a really nice, generous loop in your strap. And you'll adjust it. And then once you have your generous loop, you're just gonna step your feet in, and then the strap is gonna go behind your thighs. And then I'll just show you, if you're not, as you're doing this, I'm gonna put it behind the head. So it's gonna support the head now. So sometimes when we do this with the foot, we put the strap at the hairline. This is gonna go higher. It's gonna go, and you're gonna figure it out. Everybody's gonna be different. So it might go like closer to the crown of your head, so that you're in a place where, don't get frustrated because it's something new. We have to find it. There's a little bit of the balance between the head and the thighs, and your shoulders should be very nicely supported. Okay, so I'm just gonna hang out here, give you a few moments to just figure this out for yourself. It's one of those places where, because we're so heavily supported through the shoulders, even the thighs, the head, the chin, it could be coming right down to your chest. We're just gonna drop in for a few moments. So I'm just gonna take a little peek, see how this is going. Yes, a little yoga bondage for your Thursday morning. Okay, once you're settled and you feel like, okay, letting my head just drop in, the head and the legs are kind of balancing each other. I'm just gonna press one knee away, and that's gonna turn the head, and then I'll do the other one. So it's a very gentle little turning of the neck. Let the jaw go. The shoulders really drop. So you might even take yourself back a little bit, just so you're more into the shoulders. Just kind of play. And just be with whatever this is. A little bit of moving or just resting, receiving. Okay. So what we are looking for here, we're going to stay here for another 10 breaths. So you can keep moving, or you can rest. You can let your arms come down. You just find that place where you can just let the head really be heavy into the strap. And the legs are just counterbalancing. So they might be moving a little bit. So you're just releasing your head. Okay, and then because you're here, I say drop in. You might also find you need a little bit of that pushing the head into the strap, kind of engage everything, and then soften. So that might be a thing you want to throw in. Just pushing the head into the strap for a few moments with the jaw soft, and then softening. And more time we're here, we also want to just feel the shoulders really release, shoulder blades supported by these blocks. No tension in your forehead. Okay, we're going to stay with the strap, and we're going to flow the wings. So you start to just lift your arms up and just sweep the arms like maybe over your head and down by your sides. You have all this freedom to just move your arms without taking any tension in your face. Feel the shoulder blades, you know, the backs of the shoulder blades on the blocks. You can feel the things moving. You're just flying your arms. Yes, beautiful. That's it. So we're just taking this opportunity. Open the back, the shoulders, sweep the arms. Good. Okay, you're really flying. Good, let's just do one more flow, the arms up and down. Good. Okay, now I'm going to just take the hands to the strap, release the head first, lower your feet to the floor. You just let your strap stay where it is. And now take your head back, and you might even lift your hips and kind of flow yourself back. So I'm actually like, the shoulder blades are staying on the blocks, but because they're on that blanket roll, they might even roll with my body a little bit. So if I lift the hips and I kind of bring myself back so the head finds its support, and then I'm going to let the hips come down again. So this is a big opening. If it's too much, move the hips towards the heels a little more. If you want a little more, you just move the hips towards the shoulders. So my blocks, the ends of the blocks are lifting. Arms are open, and the arms can come down if they need to. Again, I'm going to fly the arms here. So you just kind of be wherever you are, you know, find your place. How can you use all these props right now to just support this flying of the arms? Yes, and then keep your face nice and soft, your breath soft. And I'm going to rest. I say rest with my arms over my head. If that's not good for you, as you know, you make your own. If you want to stretch your legs out here, that's lovely, but also not necessary. So whatever works. If it's not comfortable, wiggle yourself down, wiggle yourself up. Just take a little peek. Good. Okay. Oh, one more breath. And then I'll flow the arms down. I'm going to bend the knees and then come off these props. So you can either roll to the side or put your hands on the floor, lift your chin to your chest and press yourself up. Oh, so good. Okay, I'm just going to sneak the strap off. Just come to sit for a few moments. Okay, here's the next one. Same setup. I just moved the blanket I had for the head out. Okay, I'm going to show this again. It's all new stuff. So I'm going to show this again. I'm just going to turn my props. So this time the blocks are going to go underneath the shoulders to support, like you're flying. And the head needs some spot. So the blocks might move down. They might move up. You're going to play. So let's start with them like this. And then we'll come to lie down. So you find that place for your chest. So they're just underneath the tops of the shoulders. My chest is on the floor. The blanket roll might help with the head. If not, you always have your other blanket here. And bring it in. And then the arms just go down by your sides so that you're going to feel, you know, it's just the tops of the shoulders are supported by the blocks. You might angle your blocks, you know, be generous with whatever you need. And then we're going to tuck our, you know, our fully open neck. Maybe you'll tuck the chin, rest your forehead, your nose might be resting, use the blankets. And then once you're in it, you might tuck your toes under, kind of wiggle yourself forward or back. So you might have to do a little bit of adjusting. Okay, so I just want to give you a few moments to find a comfort place here. I'm not going to say it's going to be like, you're not going to fall asleep like this. Maybe you would. Okay, then we're going to do a little bit of shoulder push-ups. So once you're in it, nice and relaxed-ish, start by just letting the wings of the shoulders, like the shoulders are your wings, and they're just being supported. The heart is dropping, like almost if you were in the opposite plane of your body, the chest would be lifting and the shoulders would be coming back. Okay, now you're going to feel the shoulders into the blocks. You're going to push into the blocks with the shoulders. Maybe the head's going to come up, maybe the chest, and then you're just going to soften. It's almost like you're flying. You feel the shoulders push into the blocks and then release. So let's see, I'm going to do it with the head down. I mean, my head still picks up. So just feel, this crazy little bit here. You're just pressing the shoulders into the blocks. Feel a little bit of a rise and a fall. Just do that a few times. Let's say maybe 2 or 3 more. Notice if the shoulders are pressing in equally, and then release yourself and rest. Good, okay. Take a full breath in and release it. I'm lifting my head, but your head is resting. Now I'm going to start to lift the arms. So I'm opening the hands. I'm just going to lift the arms up as high as they're going to go. The head can stay resting. If you want to lift it, pull the chin in. So I feel the shoulders, maybe it's even more uncomfortable. And then release the arms down. Take a full breath in and out. And then we'll do that again. So you're just going to lift your arms up as high as they're going to go. Palms are going to face up to the sky. Maybe you even stretch your arms as if you're reaching for something. So the shoulders move away a little bit from the ears. One more breath. And then release. Okay, take a full breath in, let yourself relax. And we're going to do that a third time. You just lift your arms up, find some extension here. Maybe the arms are going to go up a little higher. Breathe. And release. There we go. Okay, let's add those two together. So we'll start by pressing the shoulders into the blocks. The head comes up, maybe the chin comes up, and then we start to lift the arms. And they might not go up as high as they did before. Just keep as much as you can with that. And then release everything and rest. Good. Okay. Just take your hands down someplace, and I'm just going to lift the chest a little bit so I can turn the blocks onto their second height. And it's the same thing. They're just underneath the shoulder blades, and we'll take the arms down. Now we've got a little bit more lift, and you can, if it's no good, you stay on the lowest height. And then once you're here, take a few moments to just do nothing in it. Let the shoulders be lifted. Maybe your head's dropping, heart's dropping. My blocks are angled slightly in so that the shoulders are supported. The upper arms can feel a little bit of that. And then we're going to come back to that flossing. You're push down, feel the chest lift, pull your chin in. Here's where maybe the back is coming in. So maybe we take the belly in a little bit. Yes, and then lower yourself down. We'll just do that a few times. You're just going to press in, lift your chest, lift your chin, and release. Good. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to push down to the blocks, find this lift, pull the chin in, and I'm going to see if I can lift the arms. And they might not come up even half as high as they did before. Like fly. You could engage your legs. Maybe you're flying here. Pull the chin in, and then lovingly release. Okay, I'm going to stay in the same shape. I'm just going to take the arms out to the side with the palms down. If this is uncomfortable, just lower your blocks. Okay, breathe here. Good. Okay, I'm going to do that same thing with the arms out. My fingers are on the floor. I'm just going to push into the blocks, let the head, chest rise a little bit, and release, and just do that a few times. Feel that when you're pushing into the blocks, at the peak of the pose, you can maybe draw your front body in a little bit. Just be curious. Good. Okay, I'm going to press into the blocks. The head and chest are lifting. We'll lift the arms. Stretching through the fingers. Maybe you stretch through your legs. Keep pulling that chin in as if Mama Cat is pulling the back of your neck. Maybe the arms lift, maybe they're not lifting because we're engaging everything. And release. Let your arms rest, maybe by your sides or here. Stay on these upper blocks for 3 more breaths, but really do nothing. Find that place where you feel the shoulders lifting. Good. And one more breath. Good. Okay. Take the blocks out completely. Just set them off to the side. Bring your arms down by your sides. And then I'm just going to push this blanket roll up so it supports my forehead, and let your shoulders just completely drop. And you can make that blanket roll higher if you need it. Okay. Okay, let's just turn the head to one side. One more breath. And then turn your head to the opposite side. Good. One more breath. Good. Okay, and then take your hands down by your sides. And let's just come to like a little baby cobra. So you're just going to lift your head and your heart, pull the shoulders back as if there's blocks underneath them. And then feel free to engage your hands and push in a little bit if you want to come up a little higher. So that we feel the shoulders are lifting, the heart's kind of dropping in between. I'm going to pull the chin in. Oh, I see for myself that the head is hanging. Good. And then lower yourself all the way down. Good. Okay, adjust the blanket roll under your head as you need it. I'm going to stretch the arms out in front. And I'm really tucking the chin so the forehead is on the blanket roll and my arms are supported on these blankets. And if it's no good, you know, take your arms wherever they need to go. You have your blocks there. You can even rest your arms on the blocks. Good. And just dropping in as if you're deeply releasing. Good. Okay. Nice. And then just bring your hands. Actually, let's just maybe come up to a little sphinx for a moment. So just take the elbows to the floor. I have all these props here. My hands are just going to rest here. Just move the shoulders away from the ears. This time I am going to let the head really hang. So as I move the shoulders away, I'm going to press from the shoulders into the elbows. Take your belly in, support your back. Pull the chin in as much as you can. And as you know, the chin is down and in. You're going to feel the chest lift. The shoulders are pressing to the elbows, to the floor. And now I'm going to keep all of that integrity, but let the chest just kind of melt between the arms. So maybe you feel your head hangs a little bit more. Let the jaw go. I am drawing the belly in a little bit just to lengthen the low back. Now pull your shoulders away from your ears a little bit, so more traction through the sides of the neck. Good. Okay. And then release from this. I'm just going to move these little props out of the way. Take your left forearm down. Now you have your strap handy if you need it. I'm going to bend the right leg and grab the right foot. So you could always use your strap around the foot. I'm going to bring the thumb along with the fingers, and then just going to push the thigh away, push the foot, not the thigh away, push the foot into the hand, let the shoulder open, turn your head very gently to the left. Okay, I feel my thigh firing, just sharing that if you are too. Notice if the right foot is really winging out to the right. Can you bring it in a little bit? Good. Okay, so you keep that integrity of foot into hand. Can you soften through the left side a little bit? One more breath. And then release, and let's just come to rest. You can pull that blanket roll in if you want to take the arms down by your sides or underneath your forehead. Whatever you need to do to just release and feel. Good. And then we'll do the second side. So we'll come up onto the right forearm, parallel to the front of your yoga mat. You'll bend your left leg, sweep the arm around, take the thumb in, just hold the foot or move your strap. And then just find that press of the foot. So as I push the foot away, the shoulder opens. I'm looking, at my forearm or the blankets. And then I'll very gently just turn my head to the right. And then you're here. When you feel whatever it is you feel, you can anchor your thigh to the floor a little more if you want some more grounding here. Just breathe. Soften a little bit more through the right sides, even though the left side's really working. How can we find this great paradox? Okay, release and come to rest and whatever makes sense. Okay. All right, well, gotta grab both feet now. So you can throw your strap over, bend your knees, throw your strap over both feet and grab the sides or grab the feet. And even just being here, you can, if you need that blanket roll underneath your chest more, just pull it down on top of the chest to support yourself a little bit. And then just soften. You're holding onto your feet. Your thumbs are next to the index finger. Just be here. Soften. How often are you here? Okay, so I just pulled that blanket roll right underneath the tops of the shoulders, if that's helpful. Okay, and I'm going to start to push the feet into the hands till I feel the arms get straight, the shoulders come forward. I'm not lifting up so much. I'm just pushing. I'm going to let the head drop as much as I can. I'm going to fire the toes a little bit just to help. Let the shoulders, even as they're coming away from the ears, maybe you aim the tops of the shoulders down a little bit. That's going to open something. And then release and come to rest and whatever feels good. Let the opening unfold. Good. Okay. I'm going to press up and back to child's pose. But along the way, if you come to hands and knees, you're like, oh, I just ate a few cat cows from all that back stuff. Oh, actually, that feels delish. So do that a few times. And then we'll come to rest in child's pose, whatever way feels good. A child's pose could be the head and chest lifting. You feel what you need. It's the hips to the heels so that the low back can anchor and open as you release yourself down. When we bring the head down, the tails down, it is cat pose. It could be cow pose too. When we open the knees and the chest comes down eventually, then it's the opposite angle. So whatever you're doing, you can just notice for yourself and breathe. Okay. All right. Well, so some new stuff today. Take a big breath in and out, and then come to sitting. And I feel like I just want to come back to this rolling that we did. Okay, I'm going to take this blanket roll that we've been lying on. I'm going to make it a little bit, I'm just going to roll it all the way. Now you'll take your blocks, and we're just going to play with this again because it's the first time we've done it. Okay. If it's too high, you make it less. And this blanket's here for your head. It's going to be a bit away. I'm just going to find this thing again where the shoulder blades are supported. Maybe you hold your head and you lift your hips and you're just going to roll. And then you decide, oh, maybe I just want to rock front to back. Maybe I need to rest the head, let the hips come down or not come down. Or maybe you're just teeter-tottering the whole time. That's lovely too. Just explore this for yourself. You're in this brand new playground and this is a new thing on the playground. How does this work? And you get to create it, whatever it is. So you could just be hanging here in whatever place, maybe hips are lifted and you're just resting or you're rocking. Just feel this for yourself. What is this offering you? Okay. And then you'll come to rest. And I'm actually going to hold the back of the head, change the interlace of the fingers. Just let the hips be on the floor. Whatever feels good, just take a few moments. Rest into the blocks. That's it. You're just doing your thing. No one's going to tell you your thing is wrong. It's your thing. Good. Okay. And then we'll come out of this. You can either come up to sitting or roll to the side. And when we do stuff like that, like we've been doing a whole class, when we come to lie down on our backs, that's when we kind of feel it. So once, if you're digging it, I see you. You stay, and there's nothing else to come out of except to come to lie on your back. So take your time. I'm just going to open this blanket for the head, and we're just going to come to lie down and just open your wings and just receive all that work, you know, the fronts of the shoulders, nice and open. Just feel that. Yes. Okay. All right. So once you're down and you've rested, take your time. I'm just going to move myself forward a little bit and take the strap. And you still have that nice big loop. Okay. I'm going to take the strap around the mid calf, and we're going to let the legs open out to the side. And then you can make this strap tighter, you know, so it's mid calf. So you can make it tighter or bigger. You can also put another blanket underneath your hips if you need that. That's all good. Okay, so I just have the legs up. I'm pressing into the strap a little bit with the middle of the calf. That's going to open, you know, I'm going to feel the inner thighs engage a little bit, press to the outer thighs. My feet are like at 50% effort. I'm not really working them that hard, but they are like I'm standing on them. So just keep pushing out as much as you can. Soften, and then we'll start to drive the bus. So one leg comes forward, the other leg back, and you're just finding this. You don't have to be pressing into the strap so much, but be aware of it. Good. Just like this. Good. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to take the strap. I'm going to slide it up so it's on the center of each foot. It's just like that. Okay, now I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I don't care if your legs are bent or they're straight. I'm just going to push into the strap with the feet. You know, the feet are, again, you know, they're active. I'm pushing the strap apart. You know, widen the knees apart. And then I'm going to try and soften the upper body. Breathe. Keep pressing the knees out, the feet out. One more breath. Good. And then release. Maybe I'm going to take the feet towards the head. See if I can grab the strap here. So I'm grabbing both ends of the strap. I'm just going to let the knees bend out to the sides a little bit. Push the feet into the strap. My arms are straight, and I'm almost like bringing the shoulders back down as the feet are pushing. There's a bit of shaking for me. I'm going to smile through it. Keep pushing the feet. Shoulders are down. One more breath. Good. Okay, and now just take the left foot out, keep the right foot on the strap. I'm going to move the buckle so it's in the middle, and I'm holding onto the strap. The left leg can be bent. I'm going to let the right leg come down to wherever it goes where my arms are straight. So I'm holding onto the strap. You could be holding the outside, you could be in the inside. Just let the arms press away. Breathe here. And push the heel away. Soften your shoulders, your jaw. Okay, now just move this leg. And, you know, the arms might come over the head a little bit as you bring the leg in and out a few times. You could even put the hands inside the strap with the palms together and just move this leg. And if you want to straighten your left leg, yogi's choice. Okay, and we're going to find that place where you feel the most stretch happen in the back of the leg. So I'm just taking the arms over, pushing the foot into the strap. One more breath. Whatever you're doing is good. And then release that, and we'll just take the left foot in, take the right foot out, and then you're holding the strap whatever way makes sense, the sides of the strap, at the base. Okay, I'm gonna bend the right leg and then drop the left leg down. So maybe the knees are in line. And then I'm gonna push through the heel as if I'm extending the left leg. Let the shoulders drop, heart drop. I'm just getting longer. Yeah, soften what you can, but keep that, as I push the left heel away, I feel the left hip getting some space. Good. Okay, and then we'll start to dance. So if it works to take the arms over your head as you bring this leg forward and back, let's be with that. I notice my foot I'm on a floint. So it's a pointed foot with a flexed toe. And maybe the left leg wants to go straight out or not. Good. Okay, and then we're just going to find that place of biggest stretch. So again, I'm going to bring my forearms into the strap, palms together. Just allow the weight of the arms to guide the leg. Maybe the foot is engaging a little bit. And to breathe. And then release. Okay, just before we slip into Shavasana, I do want to have the strap around the head and the feet. So I'm just making my strap longer, the loop longer. And then we'll put both feet into the strap. You could also put it behind the thighs like we did before. Maybe I'm going to do that because I have a little strap. And then we'll just find that place where the head feels balanced. And you can let your arms drop. And because I have no support here, it's going to change a little bit than what we did before. Just feel like, imagine you have the blocks at the fronts of your shoulders, like when we're lying on your tummy, and you can let the fronts of the shoulders just drop. The chin is coming in. You're going to let the head go. So, if you have it over your feet like we do sometimes, that's fine too. I'm going to start to move my knees like we did. And you could, if you have the legs, you're going to find a way to move the head. Yes, whatever you're doing is good work. Okay, and then just melt in as much as you can, meaning you just let the head drop back, the shoulders drop, everything supported. Okay, we're here for another 5 breaths, and that's just giving you the space to see what happens if I really surrender to this. If I really surrender. You stay in the connection of the head lifted, but just really receiving it. Okay, so maybe one more full breath in, sigh it out, and then you'll release your head. Use the hands to the strap, let the head come down, take the strap out, and then from here we'll slip into Shavasana. I have this bolster down at the end of the mat. I'm just going to use my legs to my feet to just pull it in. So it supports the backs of the calves. And then just drop in. If you need to, if you need to get warm and suit up, you take the time to do that. That's how we honor ourselves. We take the time, like here's me fiddling with the blanket because there's something not quite comfortable. And then just rest in your stillness. And I want you to feel into the expansiveness of your heart and your wing space. So your arms are wherever they are. Feel them very grounded to the floor, back of your heart. And as you start to settle, notice the flow of your breath, just like we explored at the very beginning. And as you start to release, just feel this breath filling and opening the chest all the way up to the eyes of the heart, which are just, if you aren't familiar, if you find the clavicle bones, center of the clavicle bones, and just below that, there's this divot. And we call this the eyes of the chest. And then just feel your breath filling you all the way up there. And as you exhale, imagine that breath just sliding down your arms and out through your hands. Just imagine this is happening. Maybe you can even feel the breath come up through the front of the chest and exhale through the back and out through the backs of the arms. And in this way, you are feeding and nourishing the upper body. Breathing in health, breathing in nourishment, breathing in clarity. Inviting in expansive healing space. And staying with that or releasing it for our final few moments here of Shavasana meditation. Sensing and feeling, nourishing this great gift of embodiment. Good. Okay, so just before we come out of Shavasana, you're welcome to just stay as you are. But if you'd like to bring your hands together and just rub them together as if you're creating your own medicine, your healing, energetic medicine, and then place these hands, maybe one on the chest, one on the belly, or any place that needs to go. And you anchor your hands in this place of Shavasana, resting. You just feel into your wholeness and your healness, your health and your wealth. Feeling gratitude for every experience that has brought you to this moment. Breathe it in, breathe it out. And stay as you are, or extend your arms back out, pause, and then decide if you wish to stay in your Shavasana as we seal this class, or we start to gently move ankles, wrists, fingers, toes. Lengthen yourself if that feels appropriate. You'll bend your knees when you're ready. Rest your feet on the floor on your bolster. Pause. Maybe hug your knees into your chest and rock around there if you'd like to, or stay in your stillness. It's rolling to your side when you feel ready, and really rest on your side in this fetal position. This is the beginning. This is the end. This is the beginning. This is the middle. This is now. And after 3 or 4 breaths, you bring yourself up, and again, just resting in your stillness. Good. Just feeling the expansiveness, the grounded, anything that's been gently illuminated. Inhale as you are, and as you exhale, join these palms together in front of your heart as you bow your chin. Just bringing all parts of yourself together here. As you inhale, lengthen tall, lift your chin. Exhale this breath. And seal this breath with our May We Be Blessed mantra and one Om. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy, and may we be happy. And seal that. Inhale. Breathe your breath into your hands, catch your breath, and put whatever you need there. Put it there. And then lift your chin and offer this to yourself. And then open your eyes and we'll offer it out to each other and beyond. Yeah, and then we'll take it all back. And so great gratitude and love in my heart for every one of you. Yes, thank you. I send it out. I send it out. Everything you need. Thank you. With love and gratitude. Yes. Mwah. Have a great rest of this peculiar weather day. Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you, everyone. So much love. Thank you.